And welcome to Me and My Golf. We're your coaches, Andy and Pearson. You've joined us here on the 16th hole at the Watson Club at the Reunion Resort in Orlando, Florida. Now, Pierce, so many golfers focus too much on their score. You know, we've all been there on the golf course when somebody's added up their 9-hole score and said, oh, I've had my best 9 holes so far. This could be my best round ever. Or they get to the 17th or 16th and say, if I finish with 2 pars, this could be my best score that I've done. Now, the problem is with this is it really puts a lot of pressure on yourself when you're playing the game, but also takes your focus away, Pierce, from actually what you need to do, which is really get the golf ball in play, get it on the green, and give yourself the opportunity to make those scores. And we've all heard it on TV where the golfers say they need to stay in the present, but it's easier said than done. And I think the problem is, as we've said, focusing on the score takes yourself away from the present, doesn't it?
Do you know what it really does? And you know, just please do not do this when you play golf, because it will ruin your scorecard. It will limit how good you can become as a golfer. So what we like to do with the 18 Birdies app is set targets based on 1 shot at a time.
Yeah.
So if we think about this, if you can actually figure out before, my target is I'm going to hit 9 fairways and I'm going to hit 13 greens, which is going to be pretty hard.
That would be good for you, yeah.
But so think of that. Your process then will be, well, I'm just going to focus on hole 1 on how to hit that fairway. And then I'm going to focus on how to hit that green. Now, if you have an 8 on the first hole, the beauty with this is you just reset.
Yeah.
So your whole game isn't blown out the water. So basically your mindset then is to focus on your targets as opposed to your score. And guess what? You hit your targets, which are there's going to be less pressure,
Exactly.
It's easier to do, your score is going to be good as a result. So we really like the idea of focusing on that fairway and then focusing on how to hit that green.
Definitely. We're going to do it now right on this hole, the 16th par 4. We're going to show you guys how we would go through this to actually give ourselves the best chance possible to find the fairway and then get down on the fairway and see if we can hit the green as well.
And you need to do this because you're
It's
running
gonna
out
be
of
fine.
holes
It's
and
gonna
your
be fine.
targets, you're not going to reach them.
I'm going to get it.
Right then, Andy, let's go through this hole. 396 yards, 16th hole. This is a pretty tricky shot. It's into the wind and off the right slightly.
A lot of danger out there, isn't
A
there?
lot of danger, a lot of danger. Looking forward to this. So look, there's 2 main processes that you need to go through when you are figuring out your strategy based on trying to hit the fairway. First thing is, we like to call it, aim your ball flight, not necessarily aim down the fairway. So aim your ball flight. So what do we mean by aiming your ball flight?
Well, look, I think a lot of people stand up there and just look at the fairway and just aim down the middle of the fairway. But we all tend to have, let's say, a miss, Pierce. It might be a miss to the right, or it might be a miss to the left, and it might have a curve in the ball flight as well. So let's give an example. If somebody's on this tee and they tend to hit a fade and the ball's moving to the right. Now, if we aim down the middle of the fairway and curve it and it does move to the right, then there's a good chance it could end up in the rough and to the right. So look, there's nothing to stop you from aiming slightly down the left-hand side of the fairway, just to give yourself a little bit of margin for error, Pierce. If I start it down the left-hand side, it curves back a little bit, then I've just got a little bit more room for error. And again, I'm going to get another mark there to say I've hit the fairway, and if I hit the fairway again, I'm going to have a better chance of making the next shot onto the green.
Yeah, absolutely. So the next step is you need to assess where the trouble is and then what club to hit based on this trouble. Because Andy, what happens with the majority of golfers when they stand there as a par 4, par 5, they get out their golf cart or they have their bag by the side of the tee, the driver comes out straight away, doesn't it?
Straight to the driver without really any thought of what might be out there. They then hit a shot with a driver, it goes in the bunker and they go, oh, that was a poor shot. Instead of actually thinking about what's actually going to hit the fairway.
The strategy was actually the problem.
Yeah.
So look, I'm going to give you a strategy on this one. Is that okay?
I'll let you take over.
And it looks like you've got the club there already because obviously we spoke about this before. But if we look at this here, we've got a bunker in the middle of the fairway about 190 yards. Okay, so obviously we want to take that into account. But the main thing for you is if we're thinking about a long club that you're going to be hitting, we're going to be thinking about these bunkers on the right. That's your actual run out area. So we can see here that if we got about 230, just over 230, that's your kind of effective landing area to get the ball to stop. Anything more than that, going 240, you're going to be going into these bunkers on the right. So this gives you the widest part of the fairway for you to hit the golf ball into.
So it gives me that little bit of room there, doesn't it, as well?
Indeed, indeed. Now, the good thing as well from here is we know straight away that it's not a driver for Andy, because if you hit your driver on that line, it's going to go into that bunker. So you've got 2 iron there?
I've got 2 iron here.
Okay, so 2 iron we're going to put into play. So the good thing with this as well now is, Andy, we're talking about aiming your ball flight. Now, we know that you are hitting a bit of a draw at the moment, so if we factor that in with the wind, we're going to be aiming sort of that right edge of the fairway to allow that ball to sling round, aren't we?
Yeah, look, what we've done now, we've just given myself the best chance possible for me to hit that fairway. The strategy's good. I know my landing spot. I've picked the correct club that's going to get me to that. and I know where I'm going to aim the ball flight. And it's, for me now, it's just down to hitting a good shot.
Okay, all right, let's see you do it. then,
Okay,
shall
so
we?
I'm going to go to pre-shot routine, Pierce.
Yeah.
Practice swing, just get myself ready for it. As I would normally do, I'm going to get myself aligned slightly down the right-hand side of the fairway to allow myself for that little bit of a draw. And I'd like to say, I'm just giving myself best chance possible now, Pierce, focusing on the fairway.
Come on then. Perfect, right-hand side. Wind's bringing it down, actually a little low as well, which is really good because the wind doesn't affect it so much. So we're going to find out where that is now and play in from there, but actually, you've just hit a target.
I found the fairway. I can get a point on there now,
Yeah,
Pierce.
good point, yeah. Pretty impressive, Andy, hitting the fairway.
Okay.
Wind is now picking up,
It is.
as we can feel down here as well, and we can see by the app. Now look, you've got, middle of the green, you've got 150 yards, 149 yards, sorry, to the middle of the green. And I think the strategy you need to employ here as part of your process is, again, you need to figure out where the trouble is and then obviously avoid that. So if we look at the trouble on this hole here, big left isn't great, but short right is definitely a no-no, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. And look, the flag here is sort of front left of the green. And I think the mistake a lot of golfers make, Pierce, is they look at the flag and just automatically hit it towards the flag.
Yes.
So what the key thing here is selecting the spot on the green that's going to give yourself a little bit of room for error, just like we did on the fairway. And if I can select that spot, I can hit it towards that spot. So if I maybe miss that target slightly, I'm still on the green. If I select the flag here and I miss it, let's say short right, I'm in the bunker. That's where I don't want to be. So in this situation, I'm going to select enough club to get it over that bunker on the right, Pierce, to give myself that room for error. It's the bigger part of the green there as well.
Bigger part of the green. So it's 140 to the front, or 138 to the front, 150 middle-ish.
Yep.
So what we need to be looking at here now is saying, well, look, we need to hit that 150, don't we?
Exactly. So 150 for me would normally be an 8. There's a bit of breeze up there, so I'm going with a 7 now.
Okay.
Okay, so I'm going to pick my spot to be slightly right of the flag, but again, that 150 mark.
Okay, so look, before he hits this shot, you can get into your routine now, Andy. It's so important that you understand. I mean, how long does that take when you're not having a conversation?
I haven't thought about my score either, by the way.
It literally takes 5 to 10 seconds to figure out where the obstacles are, where you need to play. Then you can pick your club selection. And as Andy said, he's not thinking about the fact that if he has 3 pars on the last 3 holes, he shoots his best ever score. No, I've ruined it for you.
And I'm not even looking at the flag here. I'm looking at the spot that I've picked. I've done my routine. I've picked that spot. Again, just about executed it now.
Very nice. A lot of wind up there, but again, because you picked the right club, that golf ball is going to be absolutely fine.
Safe on the
middle of the green, taking out the hazards, no problem. So look, really important that you understand. Be careful how you set your goals when you play golf. So make sure you get some realistic targets, some easy to hit targets, and that's going to help you take the focus off the score. And then when you get onto the golf course and you're going through that process, be aware of where the danger is and don't be afraid to allow for that shape that you're hitting when you're on the golf course. Thanks for watching, guys.